Hey guys, welcome back for another extreme declutter and organization video. Today we are decluttering and organizing a few places in my house that I have been neglecting for a while now. I'll be decluttering my desk and decluttering my kitchen. I'll also be sharing some declutter and organization tips and organization solutions that will help you to organize on a budget. I'll also be sharing all of the satisfying before and after shots to help get you motivated to declutter and organize a space in your own house. Before we get into it, I do want to say a huge thank you to Skillshare for partnering with me to bring you today's video. Now let's get started by tackling my desk space, which is just completely out of control, pretty embarrassing to share, but it is going to be such a satisfying before and after, so I'm super excited to go ahead and tackle this project today. So of course, before I can start doing any decluttering, I do want to just pull everything out of this space. This is the number one tip, and this is where I start on all of my declutter projects, is whatever area I'm going to be decluttering, I definitely make sure that I pull everything out of that area so that I can see what I'm working with and go through absolutely every single item, touching every item and deciding if it sparks joy, if I should be keeping it in my home or if I should be letting it go. So I'm just going to pull everything off of the top of the desk, off of the drawer inside of the desk, and then eventually everything that is stacked underneath of it so that I can get a clear picture of what it is that I'm working with.
I'm in love with all your lights and your colors. I'm in love with all your nights. But you've kept me far away from my focus, and to my heart I cannot lie. Stars made of stars.
Now that I have everything out in front of me, I will start going through it all and decide what I will keep and what I will declutter, and I'll make sure to touch every single item and only keep the things that spark joy and serve a purpose. Everything else will be decluttered, and all of the decluttered items will either be donated, recycled, or thrown away if needed.
Air is getting heavier, but I do my best to breathe. Dreams of green and filled with bliss. Life is so much more than this. So where do you go when nothing's like home?
While I sort through all of this junk and paperwork, I wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you about Skillshare. Now, Skillshare did partner with me to sponsor today's video, but I have shared the Skillshare platform with you all many times without being sponsored, just because Skillshare has become a huge part of both my personal and professional life, and I love sharing that with you. I've actually recently shared on my Instagram stories some of my favorite Skillshare courses that have helped me to grow my YouTube channel and master my brand, as well as understand how to optimize my channel's content. And this is actually the number one most asked questions in the comment section of my videos and in my Instagram DMs, is how I have been able to grow my YouTube channel so quickly, and my answer is always with the help of Skillshare. I have taken courses on thumbnails, video and audio editing, cohesive branding, and search engine optimization, which are all key factors in growing a social media platform. So for all of my fellow YouTubers out there who feel stuck and are struggling to get your channels going, you need a Skillshare membership. But Skillshare is not just for YouTubers. My husband loves to use my membership to take courses on cooking the perfect omelet. We both participate in classes to teach us skills related to all of the DIY projects and decorating that we've been doing lately, and we love to set our kids up with classes that help them make easy crafts to occupy their time. Skillshare also goes above and beyond to ensure that they are affordable and accessible to everyone. Skillshare is less than $10 per month for access to their full course catalog, which is just unheard of. And if you are wanting to try out a Skillshare membership for yourself, you can use the link down in my description box to sign up and get your first 2 months for free. That offer is only available for the first 500 people who sign up, so don't wait. All you need to do is click the link in my description box to sign up and redeem your 2 free months of Skillshare Premium.
Hello, how'd you do? I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. Hope you're fine, ain't got time to do everything you said you would. Frames of the past and the memory of you just come running by. of sunny days with your smile in the park.
Now that I've already gone through all of the items that were on top of my desk, I'm going to start going through all of the paperwork that was on and in it. And honestly, most of this paperwork is just junk mail. This is the #1 thing that clutters up my house, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I just can't handle it all. So much of it comes in the mail every single day, and unfortunately, there are a few catch-all spaces like my desk in my house where it just piles up and piles up until it becomes overwhelming. But I'm gonna finally tackle it, at least in this space today, and hopefully I'll be able to stay on top of it a little bit more moving forward.
Even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale with a happy end. Girl, you take care now.
Underneath of my desk, I had even more paperwork and just school projects, cards that the girls had given Derek for Valentine's Day, just all sorts of things under here, but I tried to go through it as I pulled it out so that it wouldn't create a bunch more clutter, and I could just sort it into piles that I had already been working on. That way it would be easier to just put everything away and try and get it organized as soon as I had pulled it all out.
You made me come undone. Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Oh, how'd you
I would love to hear from you guys if you have a space in your house that is as out of control as my desk area is for me, because this is definitely overwhelming and out of control, and I know that I can't be the only one. And if you do have an area like this and you have recently tackled it, decluttered it, or found an organization system that works, or if you don't have an area like this and you are just a super organized person, please leave all of your organization tips down in the comment section below so that we can all benefit from that, because I know that I really struggle with creating sustainable and functional organization systems. I try my hardest, but sometimes I definitely fail, and I could always use some more tips and tricks.
I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down.
Now that I have gone through everything, I just want to clean off my desk really well before I can start putting anything back in here and organizing anything. I think that it kind of defeats the purpose of doing a project like this if you are not going to make sure that everything is going back on a clean space. So I'm just wiping down the top of the desk as well as the inside of the drawer, and then I'll start putting things away.
Your touch, baby, you're so high. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so high.
Now, I think that the best organization tip that I can give you guys is to really minimize on the clutter. Always, always, always declutter before you start organizing anything, and that will help you so much in being able to organize a space in a way that functions and doesn't just create more clutter. So as you can see, I had a ton of stuff on this desk when I started the project, and now everything I'm keeping fits back into that one drawer. So let's just recap really quickly so you can see what a mess this was before, and just everything that was completely out of control in this space, and then I'll show you what it looks like now, and it is a huge transformation.
Baby, you're so high. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so high.
Now here is what my desk looks like now after I have decluttered and organized everything, and I told you guys this was a total transformation. I'm so proud of myself for what I was able to do with this space. I decluttered so much here that everything that I'm keeping now fits into this one single drawer instead of being a complete mess on top of the desk, in the drawer, and under the desk like it was before. I now can see everything that I have, and it is way more easily easily accessible to me. There's also a ton of stuff that was out of place that needs to be put back in its rightful place around the house, and then also a ton of stuff that is being donated or recycled. And like I said, I'm just so proud of myself for everything that I was able to get rid of here, and it definitely motivated me to keep going. So I am going to be tackling this cabinet in my kitchen, and it is where we keep all of our dishes and a couple of serving sets for when we have guests. And so I'm just going to pull everything out of that cabinet really quickly, wipe it all down, and then I'll start sorting through it to decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to declutter.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me. That you only want me. Some kind of magic, you came into my life, and with that bedhead, you give me falling twice.
For some reason, going through these items has been something I've been putting off for a long time now. I really do struggle to part with certain things, and even though we don't use wine glasses and we don't need so many sets of serving dishes, I've just been holding on to them for a long time. So I did go into this knowing exactly what I was going to be getting rid of, and that definitely helped to make the project go by faster. And once I had separated all of that out, I'm just going to try and organize everything back into this cabinet here in a more minimal look and in a way where I can see absolutely everything that we have and we can reach it easily and use it easily. So here is a quick recap of how overcrowded this cabinet was before I decluttered it, and then I will show you the pictures of after, and you will see that this is also a pretty big transformation. There wasn't as much stuff as there was around my desk, but at the same time it does look a lot more minimal and clean now, and I was able to declutter all of those items that we just don't use and had no use for. They weren't serving a purpose anymore, and now we're going to donate them and they'll be able to serve a purpose and spark joy for someone else. And then while I was in the kitchen, I decided that I was also going to do my coffee mugs, which this is a constant task for me because it is so difficult for me to part with coffee mugs for whatever reason. So I'm just going to pull out these 2 baskets that we have over on our coffee station and start getting all of the mugs out of them so I can take a look at everything that I have. And I was going to make an effort to declutter at least 5 mugs on this day, so you will see that I did that plus a little bit more. So that is actually a great tip if you struggle with decluttering certain things. If you know that you are going to be tackling a decluttering project, you can set goals for yourself going into it. Like here, I said that I wanted to declutter at least 5 mugs, and that way you can really hold yourself accountable to reach that goal. And then if you go past it like I did, it's something to celebrate even further, and that will help keep your positivity up, make you feel good about your project, and help you keep that momentum going.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile.
So now that I've decided everything that I'm going to keep and everything that I'm going to declutter, I am just going to wipe down this space before I put anything back, because once again, it kind of defeats the purpose of decluttering if you're not going to put it back into a clean space. And then I will show you guys the befores, and it was not totally out of control. to the naked eye, but if you look closely, you can see that it was just a cluttered mess and it really did need some attention. And then I'll show you guys the after shots as well, and again, you will see that this was also a pretty big transformation. It's so much more minimal, nothing is overflowing or overcrowded, and I'm really proud of myself for getting this done. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you found this video to be super motivating and that you're ready to go ahead and tackle your own decluttering projects. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Don't forget to click that link in my description box to sign up for your 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.